The story about a discovery made in the depths of Antarctica by an allegedly high-ranking officer under the pseudonym Navonsky has sparked interest across the internet. According to Navonsky, below the surface of the ice were found hangars that stored spacecraft of millions of years old, but whose principle has not yet technically been deciphered. There were also holodiscs, or holographic records, that contained information about the true origins of mankind, which Navonsky claims to have deciphered. However, he didn't share the information, claiming that should it be published, it could cause chaos on Earth and could destroy all religions. Navonsky stated that humanity may have been created by a civilization found in Antarctica, and mankind has not evolved on this planet, but is only a breeding ground. He argued that the human genetic code has alien parts that remain unexplained by science, and these are switches that could be turned back on. According to Navonsky, these discoveries and secrets are the reason why there has been an increase in closed, military-protected, forbidden zones in Antarctica. There are regions that are off-limits to people, and even aircraft, including research aircraft, are not allowed to fly or land. The officer alleges that there are traces of huge cities in the depths that are mostly intact and appear hardly touched by time. However, no bodies or extraterrestrial remains were discovered, as if Antarctica was once inhabited by civilizations that have vanished. Navonsky suggests that these ancient designers who created mankind have deprived humans of their special abilities. He said that the discovered holodiscs found on Antarctic spacecraft have shown how these abilities can be turned back on, and humanity can regain its true potential. The story has gained traction on the internet, sparking debates and discussions about the hidden origins of humanity and our true potential. Many people are now waiting expectantly for more information that might be released about these incredible discoveries. Antarctica is a continent that is covered in huge thicknesses of ice, with a depth of several kilometers. However, this has not always been the case, and there could be many mysteries hidden within the continent. Some researchers, like Corey Hood, believe that there might be tunnels and cryochambers under the ice containing predamites, representatives of a great civilization of the precursors who have been in a state of anabiosis for millions of years. There are also claims of a group of scientists who were working on a weather research project in Antarctica and stumbled upon a strange phenomenon. These scientists saw a spinning gray fog in the sky above their heads, which remained perfectly still despite the wild gusts of wind and changing clouds. The scientists launched a balloon into this gray fog, equipped with meteorological sensors and a scientific chronometer to record time records. When the balloon returned, the chronometer showed a pass date of January 27, 1965. The scientists repeated the experiment several times with the same result. This experiment was later classified by the U.S. Secret Service, with the content of the experiments being referred to as the Time Gate, which has led to various conspiracy theories. Antarctica, the southernmost continent, has always been shrouded in mystery and awe. Many stories have been told and retold about this vast and frozen land. One such story was recounted by the Soviet polar explorer Yuri Korshunov, who survived a perilous expedition in the middle of the last century. It was a journey that went awry, with only 2 of the 6 polar explorers managing to make it back alive. In Korshunov's account, the weather was not the cause of the tragedy. As seasoned explorers, they were all too familiar with the harsh conditions that awaited them outside the station. They were well prepared for the freezing temperatures and storms, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. However, something strange was afoot. They were forbidden from disclosing the details that led to the demise of their 4 comrades, but Korshunov felt his conscience and duty to his fallen companions was more important. The expedition started off on a good note. They had been traveling for 3 weeks without any hiccups, only stopping at scheduled intervals. However, when they reached the point corresponding to the South Magnetic Pole, everything changed. The mood turned sour, and everyone became restless. Despite being exhausted, no one could sleep. An air of anxiety enveloped them all, and the feeling only intensified as time went on. One day, while making coffee, Korshunov ventured out of the tent and spotted something peculiar about 300 meters away. It was a glowing ball, bouncing and rolling like a tumbleweed, only 50 times bigger. It was a surreal sight, and something about it filled him with a sense of dread. The moment I screamed, everyone ran outside. The ball froze in midair for a few moments and then gradually began to move towards us. As it approached us, we realized that it was some kind of huge worm-like creature. It had a mouth, but we couldn't see its eyes. My friend and photographer, Sasha Gorodetsky, made a mistake by moving forward to take detailed pictures of it. As he approached, the creature flattened and stretched out. In no time, it had covered his head. Andrei Skobelev and Dr. Roma Kustov started shooting at it, but it only swelled up and started jumping from side to side with sparks and lightning flying off it in all directions. I rushed to Sasha, but his suit and camera had been melted. I could hear someone trying to report it to base while the storm brewed, and the wind whistled hard enough to make my ears pop. I jumped over the hill and dug in, hoping the creature would go away. In a matter of no time, there were only 2 of us left, as almost the entire camp was destroyed. There was a terrible smell of ozone in the air. We made a shelter out of the wreckage and covered it with snow to keep ourselves warm. We fixed the radio with no clear means of communicating with anyone who could hear us. We waited for days until we were found by rescuers. They were stunned when they saw us and wondered if we were the same people they had seen in the photo. When they told the management the story, they believed us, but they wouldn't open an investigation. Instead, we took a non-disclosure agreement. I will never go back to that cursed place. Later in the 60s, I heard of another contact with these creatures when the Americans attempted to repeat our journey. Their state-of-the-art equipment and weapons helped them, and they left the base with 3 all-terrain vehicles, but only returned with 1. Almost half of the members of their expedition were locked up in a mental hospital because they couldn't agree to keep quiet about their encounters. This is all I know about them. In conclusion, there could be many mysteries hidden within Antarctica, and further research and exploration are required to unravel them. What did you think of it? Write in the comments. Be sure to get likes, subscribe to our channel, and check out other amazing stories.